first went in with the National Guards, and then I put my time in, and then I went back in again in 42. Mostly served in Europe in the invasion and in the Bulge. And we hit Berlin, and the rest is history, you know. The Army really ruined my teeth. They had drilled, when we got inducted, I had just finished with my dentist. They took all of my fillings out, and they had rows of dentists. I don't know how good they were, but they kept falling out in the service. And like when we were in Europe, we made the invasion, there were no dentists anywhere, so you just suffered all over it. You got cavities, and then when I got back to the States, the doctor said, the dentist said they were too far gone, so they just pulled them out. And there was no implants then, so they just gave you a whole new one. And the war didn't make your teeth seem so important. So, you know. I was on a cruise with my wife, took a 10-day cruise in the Mediterranean, and it was a table of, I think, 8. And we're all talking, and my teeth slipped out, and I just luckily put them back in again. I felt so embarrassed that the rest of the evening I didn't say anything. You know, I just sat there more or less, just, you know, too embarrassed to talk. So then a couple of months later, I was visiting my regular doctor, and he had pamphlets on the waiting room table. And I read the pamphlet, and one was about implants. I never heard of an implant. So I read it, and it had Dr. Pico's Coastal Jaw surgery. So I went there, made an appointment, and found out I could afford it, and I had it done. And I think it's the best thing I've ever done. I could eat anything, you know, I could talk without, you know, my teeth slipping or sliding. And I think it helped me in health-wise, too, because your diet changes when you get old. And you can't eat, you can't chew, and, you know, so I'm glad I've done it. 18 years. And I was 75, and I thought, you know, would it pay for me? I didn't know I'm going to live this long, but even if it's only a couple of years, I thought it would be worth it, and it was. So, oh, it was wonderful, wonderful. You know, I don't even consider them dentures, you know. They feel that good. Anything, corn on the cob, steak, apples, or yeah, any difficult, which for an older person, fruit or anything is hard to chew, and steaks are hard to chew. But me, I could eat anything. And I think that was health-wise a benefit. Yeah, I bless Dr. Pico's till this day. I said, if it wasn't for reading that advertisement, you know, I would have never known, you know. 18 years ago, nobody was talking implants. And, you know, you feel 75, you know, you're old again. And how I feel, I'm 93, I don't feel so old. I feel like a old person in a young body. Oh, yes, oh, definitely I would do it again. I would have done it a lot sooner, you know. But I just didn't know. And I think a lot of people don't know. You know, they think dentures are for like Hollywood stars or something, but I think it's for everybody. Oh, yeah, you could smile, you could, yeah, you're not going to get embarrassed. And that's the whole thing, yeah. Oh, go ahead, don't even think about it, just go ahead. You're going to love it when it's finished. And especially with Dr. Pico's, I think he was a wonderful surgeon, you know. You know, the pain was minimal, and he had talked me through it, so I knew what was coming, and I know I wasn't disappointed in any way or anything. Yeah, I still have the same ones, never had a problem with them.
All this
So
time?
that's 18 years, so I think you're a little more depressed when you got dentures that are ill-fitting, because you're never sure in company what's going to happen, if they're going to stay in or if, Hey, you could join in any social circle and not embarrass yourself, which is a nice feeling to have. You could have, I have a few drinks and I'm not worried about them slipping out and losing them or something. So, always discomfort and always embarrassment. And anytime we went to a restaurant, your dentures at this large, and food would get underneath. And you'd have to excuse yourself and go to the men's room and you'd take them out and rinse them or get the food out from underneath because you couldn't eat. So you hated to go out, So now I don't worry. I'll go to any restaurant. I order anything off the menu. Or home, the same thing. I don't have to worry about food particles getting underneath. Without it, your whole face collapses. It sinks. And the dentures and the implants open you back to your normal way it was before. Well, it's like having your own teeth, versus having a plate, I could just keep these, I never take them out. Your plates, your dentures never stayed secure on your lower gum because your lower gum is so low. There's not enough of ridge bone there. And every time you'd eat, they'd slide like. So, you're not really chewing. You're more or less swallowing with just a couple of chews. So I don't think it's good for you, health-wise. No, I just like 100% behind these things. And Dr. Pico's, I think, as a doctor and as a person, he was so pleasant each time that he worked on it, I've had them for 18 years. I spent a lot more foolishly. Didn't get nothing for it. Yeah. And since that one cruise, I've been on 34 others. Didn't worry about going anymore. And don't worry about meeting people, Didn't have to sit back and, be a listener. This way you could join the conversation. And I met a lot of people, a lot of good friends. Like I said, there's all these little side benefits to having the confidence and just feeling good with yourself, having a good set of dentures. And it was Dr. Pico that put them in, and Dr. Rossoff who made the dentures. To them too, I give a salute. Like I said, for me it worked out good because when I got out of the army, my age to lose your teeth, it was embarrassing, I had just gotten married too, so. But I was lucky, and we married 62 years. And we have 4 children and 10 grandchildren.